Adding classwork or an assignment looks just like adding an announcement, except that it has points attached to it instead of just being an announcement. So I'm in the classwork tab. If I click on Google Calendar, it will take me to my calendar. If I click on Class Drive folder, that's going to take me to the folder in Google Drive where my classroom is. So if you need to get to any documents that way, you can. So in order to create a new assignment, you just click on Create Assignment. So we'll give it a title. We'll call it Homework. And you can write your instructions here. Make sure you pay attention to detail in this assignment. I've got some editing tools. If I wanted to make something bold or italics, I can do that because I've got some text editing tools. Then I have the same things I had before. I can add something for Drive. I can add a YouTube video. I can create something. If I click on Create, it's going to give me a docs, a slides, a sheets, a drawings, or forms. We'll just go ahead and add a doc to this particular assignment. There it is, and it's going to open up a new doc for me. And we will call it Test Assignment as soon as it loads. Okay. And let's go back up here to the classroom. I guess we need to close it first so that it will pop back over here and be called Test Assignment. It just says Untitled right now, but when you see it, it will say Test Assignment. And then I have a choice. Students can view the file. That means they can just look at it. Students can edit the file. That means any student in any classroom can edit it. Or I can make a copy for every student. Normally, that's what I'm going to do because that gives each student in the class a copy of the assignment. So I could add more than one thing if I wanted to. I could upload something from my computer, just like you saw on announcements. I can add a link. Let's go ahead and add a link. We'll add a link to the syllabus again, because it's right there and easy. So I can add multiple things. I just have to choose if it's a documentation, particularly if it's in Google Drive, I have to choose whether I want to view it, edit it, or make a copy for every student. So once I've got everything on the assignment, I come over to the far right-hand corner, and I can assign it to one class, or I can assign it to all of my classes. I can assign it to all my students in that class, which I don't have any right now, or I can assign it to specific students. I cannot assign it to specific students in multiple classes. So multiple classes or specific students, but not both. It's going to be worth 100 points. It could also be ungraded if I just want to check and make sure they have it done. I'm going to give it a due date. We'll give it a due date of next week. I can add a time if I want to. And I'm going to give it a topic. Topics make folders in your Google Classroom. So we're going to call this Google folder Homework. I can add a rubric if I want to. We're not going to worry too much about rubrics in level 1. And then once I've done that, I go up and click on the button beside Assign. Well, I'm missing something that it wants, so let's go back and see what I'm missing. Oh, this is still loading. Let me just close that because I'm doing this in a car and it's not being very cooperative with me. There we go. Now I can assign it. So I can assign it right now. I can schedule it to assign it later. I can save it as a draft. So I'm going to assign it for right now. You go back to classwork. There's the assignment that I just created. If I click on it, I can see it again. If I click on these 3 dots, I can edit it. If I spell something wrong, if I wanted to add something to it, I can delete it, or I can copy the link. These dots let me change the topic. So when I added homework, that was a topic. And once I have other assignments that say homework, then if I click on the topic over here, it will show me all of my homework assignments.